Hey, how it's going, guys? In this video, we are going to see that how we can use Playwright MCP, to perform automated web testing, for given website or a web application or a web page, right? That we can use it. And I'm gonna use an IDE named TRAE, just like Cursor and Windsurf. We're gonna use TRAE here, an IDE built again on top of VS Code that has capabilities to work with MCP. The reason I'm using this because they give some free trials to work with. So I already have been using multiple IDs, but that's not the main thing. We're gonna use Playwright MCP for automated web testing. That's the agenda of this video. So let's jump in and see how we can do that. Now, if you look at here on my screen, this is the IDE, very similar looking IDE when you see, uh, Cursor or Windsurf, right? You have very similar looking stuff here. Now, for that, you need UV, Node.js, and Playwright, right? So I'll show you the commands that I have ran here, right? So I have like UV, I have UV with me. You can see when I did UVX hyphen hyphen version, you can find out all the versions, of course, whatever information that you have available for UV. If you don't know what UV is, it's a fast Python dependency manager aiming to replace pip, right? Now you need Node.js, so you can see both Node and NPX. So we have Node and we have NPX. Playwright, you install Playwright. If you are installing it in PowerShell, you might have to use the flag hyphen hyphen user because you need to do it in admin thing, right? So that's how we do Playwright here. And after that, I think we are good right now. If you don't know how to install, like if you don't have Tray and if you want to follow along in this video, because the same method will work in any other agentic IDEs like Cursor or Windsurf. Was Tray also gives you some, I think, a good amount of free trials to work with, and that's why I'm using them right now. What we're gonna do is, right, if you look at here on top, right, we have a lot of things. We have very similar looking stuff here, guys. So maybe you will not be familiar with this IDE, but that should not be the problem. Okay, you can see in the below we have the very similar looking terminal, and here we have your, you can see I'm on my free account, right? You have your AI management. Now we have to go to AI management and click on MCP, and because that's what we're gonna do. So MCP, and you can see it says add MCP servers. Now when you click on add MCP servers, you can find out the marketplace, for all the MCPs here. You start with Puppeteer, PostgreSQL, GitHub, Figma, Slack, GitLab, Google Maps, AWS Knowledge Bases, right, which runs on Bedrock, Google Drive, which has sequential thinking, Redis, Sentry, Brave Search, Memory, Git, so on and so forth, right? We have to click on Playwright. I'm gonna click on Add, and you can see that's what it does, right? Make sure you also copy this, like let's say copy it, or you can go to introductions page. The moment you go to introduction page, it's going to give you a preview of MCP Playwright here. Now in this MCP Playwright, when you see this, it's of course available on GitHub repository. You can find out the GitHub repository over here, and this process is going to be very similar for Cursor or Windsurf or any other IDEs like Klein or Rookline that you're working, right? It's very similar to that we're going to do. You can see it says please copy the configuration JSON from MCP server's introduction page and paste it into the input fields right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically click here, right? Let's click that, and you can just of course get rid of this and make sure it's on the NPX thing, and we're going to just confirm. So you can see automatically added, and I'm just going to say I understand, and you can see it's now preparing our Playwright MCP. If you are a beginner, guys, right, and have never worked with MCP, I will recommend you that you watch my previous videos on model context protocol. I have 20 videos already, I guess, on MCP. So if you want to learn MCP, you can watch my playlist, and you can also watch other YouTubers playlist. Like there are a lot of YouTubers who have created videos on MCP. Now this is the preview, right, that we get, and this is gonna take a bit of time, guys, here. But when you click on, you can also delete that if you don't want to use this Playwright MCP server, and then you can have multiple uh, uh, MCPs over here. So you can see this is one of it, right? But you can have a lot of other MCP. You can just click on here and add it. But I'm just focusing on my Playwright MCP server because that will help me build automated web testing, feature. That's what I'm looking at, right? In this case, as you can see, it's now says ready. So the Playwright MCP is now ready, and we are good to go with our MCP server, right? Now, when you click on again this setting icon over here, we have to go to agents. Now, when you go to agents, you can find out built-in agents. So they have built-in agent, that's called builder, builds a project easily, access all configured MCP servers, builder with MCP. What we're gonna do is, guys, we're gonna click on this auto run, which is really important. We have to enable the auto run feature. You can see it says automatically run commands and MCP tools. And this is really important, the denial list, because MCP has its own problem, right? And I already have a research paper on that. I'll give the link in description. Please have a look at that. It's called MCP Guardian. That basically it's a middleware, right? It's a middleware. It's a framework that helps you build secure MCP systems, right? Or MCP focused or powered or based, whatever you call it, AI systems, because you can see the change mode, the ch mode, the kill rm, it can kill a process, it can change mode of your processes, and within the it can go to your access your files, delete files, sensitive files, right? So it would deny those things, but we're going to just click on enable auto run because that's really important. Now once that is done, right, we're going to create an agent. So let's create an agent. The moment you do create an agent, of course you're going to give it a name. Let's call it web testing helper here, guys, right? Because that's what it is. We can give a prompt. I have like I had a prompt. Maybe I can try it out. Let me find out that prompt. Where is that? If I had a simple prompt, I don't want to write it like I was preparing for this video. It takes a bit of time, but I can just go and probably I'm gonna try it on our website or probably on this page itself. It says implement automated web testing. We're gonna try it out on this, or we can try it out on any pages. Okay, so let's have these pages, and we can try it out on the trade documentation itself, that what kind of report it generates, in that regard when it comes to automated web testing. So let's probably copy this here, come back, paste it here, right? It's more like a prompt that we have. Preview, I'm just gonna get rid of preview here. So if I look at the tools, right? In the tools, we have to make sure that we select MCP, like in tools MCP, we select Playwright because that's the MCP server that we're gonna use. In tools, we have built-in features like file systems, terminal, and web search, which is really important. So it can create, read, update, and delete files. In terminal, it can read uh, your terminal and get some status. And in web search, it can search the web pages or something and can perform some tasks. That's what it's gonna do. Click on create. You can see it says creation successful. It's agent @agent in the conversation to use it. You can click on use now. You can ask it here, to open the page and click on the hyperlinks within the page and create something. Like you can do a lot of things over here. So you can see it says you are chatting with web testing helper now. Now there are different models that you can use. You can see Claude 3.5 Sonnet is available as a premium model, right? And we have multiple models over here, right? You can probably select 3.7 Sonnet, and the moment you do, at the rent agent, when you click on enter choose, you can just do web testing helper to choose the agent. Let me take probably this. Yeah, maybe we can take this link, right? Let's take this link itself and come back here on the try, and I'm gonna say here open the page, and of course go go or click on the hyperlinks, go and click on the hyperlinks within the page, and you can just hit enter, right? So it's gonna look at that page. Of course it's gonna use your, because this agent has access to MCP or Playwright MCP, so that also can use it. For the first time, guys, it takes a bit of time. You can see it says please open a folder to save the file in this project. Maybe I'll open any project, like let's say, I just go to like desktop, we go to AI anytime, and I'm gonna create Control Shift N here, a project demo tray, and in this I'm gonna select this folder here. I'm gonna say trust folder, right? Yes, I trust the author. That's what I'm doing, and maybe we have to rerun it, if you want. But yeah, you can see it says I need to create a Playwright script to open the specified URL and interact with hyperlinks on the page. Right now, the command has been started, right, in PX Playwright init, because that's what it's gonna use. And you can see it's accessing. I'm not doing anything over here, guys. It's more of like how it is accessing your terminal, because that's the access we gave. Remember when we were check boxing, right? Those boxes when we're checking in, we had terminal, we had file systems, and we had web search. So that's what the things that we had. And sometimes it might stuck. You can see it says unknown command in it. That's really surprising, but yeah, that's what it is. npx, I'm just gonna do again. Why? It may depends. Yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever. Like let's say TypeScript. I'm gonna say test. I'm gonna say yeah false. Yeah, true, whatever. And you can see it's doing some stuff. It's gonna create a report complete out of it. You can see it says added for packages. It's downloading the browsers because it's gonna work with some kind of Chromium that supports Playwright, right? It supports specific browsers, does not support all the browsers. So that is also important. And you can see it says command completed. Now the Playwright is set up. Let me check files were created in the project directory. I think, yeah, maybe we should have uploaded that folder of uh, virtual environment, like that we used UV to install, like create, and then used Python to install Playwright, right? I believe that should have been the folder. I think I selected a new folder, but that should be fine because here we are testing live, right? This is amazing, guys. I see my hands. I'm not even touching it. It's like it's has the access. It's doing everything. And these are the real agents that we say, right? Agents that can use your MCP and tools. And you can see it opened it. It's opening the browser that it can access. Powered. It has WebKit enabled, and it's going to open it. It can go through all the page and find out to create a report on top of it, right? And you can see if it says found 20 links on the page, and of course it's going to create you some kind of documentation or report, and that you can use that report uh, for your amazing web testing task that you do at an enterprise. Let's say we're working for companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, all these services companies, right? Where you have to build this kind of capabilities. Uh, you know, you have been working in testing teams, how you can build these kind of solutions, because that's really excites me. They are the areas which excites me to kind of explore, and I'm also creating some kind of frameworks and libraries that will help the testers or testing teams at the enterprises. So that's really really important. And this is just a small, uh, like a small, how should I say it, an experimentation for you to see and go through it. But I think we can also just, if we can also stop this, because we already have our results over here. So I'm just going to say, okay, Control C to quit. And when you do Control C to quit, you can see it says command completed. Let me check the state of the test runs. If it's still running, or there any issues. Sometimes it might go into, guys, in some kind of loop. So make sure that you rerun this. And that's the problem with MCP sometimes. I know that it basically stucks. But I'm not stopping it. I'm letting it run, and I'll see where it stops. You can see it says likely to do is finding and interacting with the links. Let me modify the test script to make it more robust and handle potential errors. It also depends on which model you are using. Probably we can try it out with Claude 4.0, the new model by Anthropic, or I know we can also use, let's say, GPT 4.1. So the better the model, probably better the results also in that case. So it's fantastic so far. I really loved it, and great that I'm able to use Tray here because I have exceeded my free quota for the other IDEs. So I just wanted to show you that how we can use Playwright, to perform these testings and everything. Let's wait what it does here. Let's see that. It's open that page. Or should we try out some other pages? Maybe. Navigate to MCP. It has hyperlink. You can see, yeah, it got in one of the link one is not visible, link two is not visible. Oh, it went to introduction. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Maybe there can be a bit of better. I think it's all about the context. It says test completed. Okay, that's fine. I'm on turning navigate to so click hyperlinks for Chromium. Okay. Navigate to test timeout. Okay, before hooks. All right, all right. Serving HTML report. Let me do one thing, guys. I'll pause the video here and come back after some kind of exploration because I don't want to create a lengthy video. Let's see how we can speed this up here. That's fantastic, guys. If you look at here, it says I have run the Playwright test script located at this TypeScript file with some specification, and the script navigates to the URL, interacts with hyperlinks on the page, and generates an HTML report of the test result. And the report is also available in Playwright report directory. Screenshots were also taken during the test execution, saved in the project root directory. So if I go to Playwright report, you can find out index HTML, and of course we can open this with live server, but the same HTML report is available, of course, on this thingy that we saw on 9323. It's like the same thing, and you can find it out. Navigate to MCP documentation, click hyperlinks, Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, all the browsers that Playwright supports. If you click on this, you can find out all the information over here. It taken screenshots, take a screenshot after clicking, and everything, right? Page go back, this one, and you can of course ask, you can chat with it to, maybe you can just let's try it out. Okay, fantastic, create a report looking at index.html in Playwright. Maybe, I don't know if that makes sense what I'm doing because it has access to MCP. It might again go and start doing the test, so we might have to do a bit of prompting or instructions. But yeah, this would work. You can see it says screenshots were also taken. Yeah, it says you can open this file in a web browser. I liked it. Not unnecessarily, using tokens, which is not required. You can see it says screenshots were also taken during the test execution and saved in the project root directory. Fantastic, right? Now you can see I'm using free version. I'm on free account here. If you click it on here, you can find it out. You can see, you can say Sonu Kumar 167 free. So TRAE is fantastic. I loved it, guys, right? For trying it out. But hardly matters. You can use cursor, windsurf, any other thing. Like even if you're using, yeah, I'll not say you use Claude for desktop, cursor and windsurf or Klein on VS Code or Rookline, whatever. That will also work. And I loved it, right? This is fantastic. You can find it out, your index HTML and everything that has opened over here. You can see the local host that we are going through it. Sometimes it's failing, sometimes it passed. That's why I like stop the video to see like why it was failing. So that's something that we have to figure out. But yeah, you can find it out the reports. You have test results. You can find out last run JSON and test everything. So I don't know how you guys do. I'm not a professional tester or work in a QA team or a testing team here, but you can find out the screenshots that it has taken as well, for the pages, and then you can go through it, right? You can see the wonderful screenshots, and we have some test files, and we have Playwright report that has the index.html. It basically shows you the results, and this is crazy, guys. I liked it. TRAE, credits to them. This is not a sponsor video, guys. I was just playing around some Agentic IDEs and was seeing which can give me free credits, so I can like do my things, right? So I found out TRAE ID very similar to Cursor and Windsurf, and we have some free credits. Cursor and Windsurf, I already have surpassed my free credits, and I don't want to pay, so I was like using this. Now, I hope you got a bit of learning from this video. If you have any question, thoughts, or feedbacks, let me know in the comment box. You can also reach out to me through my social media channels. Find the information on channel banner and channel about us. If you like the video, please hit the like icon. If you haven't subscribed the channel yet, please do subscribe the channel, guys. That motivates me to create more such videos in near future. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.